Hey y'all, it's Leah from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. This is just a bit of an introduction to the video that you're going to be watching, which is actually of our adult birds and the changes that we're making at the ranch to accommodate and make space for these little chicks. The reason that this is important is you cannot mix birds of different ages when they're this young. Adult hens will try to kill chicks that are not their own, so you really cannot house them together. So all of these babies need to be in their own house, and as you'll see in the upcoming video, I've cleared out one chicken house to make room for these babies because they are about to go out. We've got one more day in here in the brooders because I need to do a few other things at the ranch to get ready to move these babies, and then they'll be going out tomorrow night in the dark when they're nice and calm. Pardon the red light, it's a little dark in here at the moment, and I just have this on so you can see what's going on. And I've got another cage set up here with a different bird in here, and I have this cage that previously had two other birds in here, and now I have a different bird in here. Kind of a long story, but this lady was also, actually I believe this is a gentleman, I believe this is a rooster, was also getting very aggressive about feather picking, so I put him in here with two other birds, and unfortunately they both picked on him very badly, and he had a pretty bad bleeding wound. So I ended up putting... Wow, what's going on in here, guys? Are we getting a little mean with each other? I made some adjustments last night. I have a suspected rooster that I put in here, and I took out some ladies and put them in the other brooder. I also gotta turn these lights off. I think this red light actually makes, I think sometimes it makes birds more aggressive. Or the bright light, in any case. Anyway, as I was saying, this buddy got picked on pretty bad, so I took the original two feather pickers and I decided to take a chance and put them back in the big brooder, and it actually worked out wonderfully. I think it just shuffled the pecking order in such a way that they figured out that they cannot pull everybody's feathers, so that's stopped, and that's great. But in the meantime, this guy is in here alone so that he can heal, and I think that I may wait to put him out. As well as this buddy here. This is my slowpoke mutant guy, who got picked on pretty badly. I don't remember how many days ago it was now. Also kind of a long story, but I had some trouble keeping the cover-up lotion on him, and he actually started picking at himself, which was interesting. So I now have him alone so that nobody can pick on the wound that's healing, and I'm not putting any lotion on him, and he seems to have stopped trying to get that off and, you know, as a result, picking at himself. So I probably will not put him out just yet either. I will just wait a little while for these two to heal, and then they'll go outside. Okay, so that's the story. This is the last time you'll see the chicks in the brooder. And the next time you see them, they will be outside in the sunshine, running around. We'll see how it goes. They'll probably be pretty terrified for a few days at least. All right, check out the video. Good day, everybody. This is Leah from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. It is Wednesday, November 10th, and you are currently looking at a part guinea hog pig who has just finished her lunch. Pretty much snorting away here. Wow, you got all kinds of food on your face, lady. Didn't anybody ever tell you to chew with your mouth closed? Obviously, pigs don't care. In any case, this is actually a adult chicken update video. So
these chickens eating with, or were eating with Beatrix earlier. They usually share in her meal. And we've also got Mallory, the muscovy duck here. So all of these birds are getting a little old. They're all, I believe, 4 and 5 years old. I don't actually remember. Chickens can actually live to be about 10, but I don't know how often that actually happens. And as chickens age, they lay less. They lay about 10% less every year. And then also sometimes they just drop dead. Like they have heart attacks and strokes just like humans do. And actually we've had some recent experiences with that. We had one chicken, a barred rock like this lady here, who had what I believe to be a stroke. Huh. Grammy's at the fence. I'm going to go let her in because she's good with our birdies. I believe she had a stroke. She seemed to have recovered quite well. And if it was indeed the same bird, she actually died 2 days ago. So perhaps she had another stroke. Really don't know. At one time, we had probably about 60 or 70 birds in this yard. And, I'm sorry, at total, not in this yard. But over time, we've lost a lot to predation and old age, and we've lost some of our roosters for the same reasons. Also, we've culled certain roosters because they were jerks, because sometimes that's just happens. That's just what happens with some roosters. I can't exactly see what I'm filming here, so hopefully you can see that bird. Hey, Graham, you want to come in here? Come here. By the way, I would not advise allowing your dog to hang out with your chickens. Graham just happens to be really good about it. She understands that these birds are part of the family and that it's her job to protect them. I wouldn't leave her in here for an extended period alone with the birds because she's still a dog and she has instincts, but she's always just been really wonderful with all of our small animals. And it seems like all you have to do is explain to her that they are part of the family and it's her job to protect them, and it works out great. In any case, so there's only 11 birds in this yard now. There were 12 as of a few days ago. And this is their house. And we call this the pullet house because the last time we ordered a big batch of birds from the hatchery, we housed them in here. So we've got these big long perches in here. We've got some additional perches in the back there. Hi, lady, what are you doing? This is a well summer chicken. What's up? This really needs to be cleaned out, so pardon the mess at the moment. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So all of these birds, come on, Graham, let's go, good girl, are going to get moved into what we call the hen house. Bear with me one second. Which is the larger house in the distance there. All of the ladies, the pullets anyway, are going to go into the hen house. And the roosters, or when they're young, called cockerels, are going to live in here in our newly built rooster house. We have a video up about this build that you're welcome to check out. I'll include a link to the video. And there's going to be about anywhere from 8 to 12 roosters in here. I'm not actually sure how many roosters we have at the moment, simply because the birds are still developing and a few of what were supposed to be pullets are turning out to be roosters, which often happens. It's not easy to tell the difference in the beginning, depending on the breed, but that's another story. So we're going to keep roosters in here. We're going to house them separately because in the past we've not done that, and the result is very stressful for the hens. When chickens mate, the roosters stand on the hens' backs, and come on, Graham. That tends to pull the feathers off of the hens' backs. And sometimes when that happens, not only are they not protected on their backs, but it also leads to some injuries because sometimes the rooster spurs end up cutting the bare skin, and that can be a pretty rough injury, and we've had that happen a few times. It does heal. Chickens heal remarkably well. Hi, lady. This is a Jersey Giant here. So we will, it's also kind of psychologically stressful, it seems, for the hens to be constantly mounted. So the plan is to keep the roosters separate and then periodically put them into the hen and pullet yards so that we have fertile eggs so we can make more chickens. So we'll just do that periodically so that it's less stressful and less damaging for the birds. So there's only, bye, there's only, that's a Wyandotte there, a golden laced Wyandotte. And under here on the right is an Australorp. On the left is another Jersey Giant. In the back there is another Wyandotte. Jersey Giant all the way to the right here. There's only 5 birds in this yard. The bird on the left here, the Jersey Giant, is another one of our stroke victims, or what I believe was a stroke, because all of a sudden one day this bird had trouble using one side of her body. She's actually recovered. I do call her Crooked Lady right now because she has some issues walking. But she's actually doing pretty good. I mean, she looks terrible, but she's hanging in there and is doing quite well. So unless I see her suffering, I will just leave her be. If she starts to suffer, I will put her down. And I do put some extra food and water out from her just to limit the amount of effort that she has to spend going in and out of the house to get those items. So in our hen house here, all we did was I just added a new perch here, which I believe I really need to lower. It's a bit higher than the low perch on the left side. I think it might be a bit too high to get up onto. So I'm going to lower that a bit. And so there'll be 17 birds. 11? No, 16 birds? Maybe it's, I can't remember now. 12, yeah, it's 12 birds in the pullet yard, not 11, and 5 birds in this yard, so it'll be 17 birds in here, and that should be just fine. I mean, the general rule of thumb is 4 birds to every nesting box. So there's 4 nesting boxes in here, that's 16. In reality, it doesn't really matter because chickens tend to all lay in the same box anyway, just sort of a joke in the chicken world. Yeah, so that's that story. So we're going to get everybody shuffled, get the other ladies over here. They'll have some pecking order adjustments to make, but it should be fine. And once that happens, then I'm going to do a real thorough clean out of the pullet house over there. And on the fence between the pig yard and the pigs area and the chickens, I'll just put up some chicken wire because the new birds, I think, are going to be too small. And there's some potential for them to get stomped on by the pig for a little while they're so small. So just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to prevent them from going over there temporarily. And then once they're big enough, I'll take that off. Anyway, that's the story of our adult birds over here and the changes we're making to accommodate the new chickies. And that's about it. All right, everybody. Take care. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give the video a like if you liked it. And check out the links. I will again include a link to the chicken and egg playlist where this video will be, as well as the series on chick care that I've been doing. That will also be in that list, so you can check that out if you want. Okay, take care. Have a good one.